Hello, I'm Jason McGee. I'm the Chief Architect for WebSphere Smash and the leader of Project Zero. And in this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview and tour of our new Project Zero application builder. This is our browser-based development platform for building WebSphere Smash applications. I'm going to show you how to install the application builder, how to get it started, and then just take you on a quick tour of some of the features and layout of the tool. The application builder has been designed to be a full development environment for WebSphere Smash. You can build and test your applications inside this tool. All runs in your browser. The application builder itself is structured as a Zero application or a WebSphere Smash application. So it's pretty cool technology. It's something we're still working on that's available on the projectzero.org community site and will continue to evolve rapidly over the next few months. So to get started, let's go over to a terminal prompt. I'm going to assume that you already have Project Zero or WebSphere Smash installed on your machine. There's another video that you can watch that'll show you how to do that, or you can follow the simple instructions on the website. So I'm sitting here in my Zero folder, and to install the IDE, since I don't have it installed on my machine, I'm going to run a Zero command, and that command is zero create zero.ide, which is the name of the application I want to create, and I'm going to say from 0:0.ide. And what this does is essentially create me a copy of the IDE application on my machine from the repository that contains the IDE. Now, I haven't actually ever installed the IDE on this machine before, so the first time I do this, it's going to go ahead and connect to projectzero.org, and it's going to download the IDE itself, the application builder, and all of its dependencies, and set them up on my machine in my repository, and then go ahead and create me a copy of my application. The IDE has a number of dependencies, of course, for the tool itself, plus all the editors and plugins that go into the tool. Okay, and there we have it. So the IDE is installed now, ready to go. To start the IDE, I can cd into the zero.ide folder, and I can say zero run, and this will start up the IDE. By default, the IDE runs on port 8070. So if I go over to my browser and go to 8070, I can log into the console. When you first enter the Project Zero application builder, you're presented with a page called the Application Manager, and this is the page where you can look at all of the applications you're working on. You can create new applications. You can open existing applications that you have on your system, or you can copy demo applications or other applications out of your repository. Very similar to how we created the IDE by copying it from the repository. So here's the home page. I don't have anything right now, so we're going to go ahead and just create a simple kind of Hello World application. So I say new application. I'm going to call it Hello World. I'm going to stick it in my demo folder. My demo folder, and give it a description, my Hello World application, and I'll go ahead and create it. So this will create the app, and go ahead and open it up by default. So I have the application open. Let me jump back to that same view. So here's my application. It's now in the list. You can see I have my application. It's not currently running. It's currently located here. This view gives you a number of details about your application. So you can see name, description, which module group it's part of. We'll talk about that today. Although this isn't enabled yet in the tool, we will support tagging, and tagging will allow you to filter the list of applications. So if you have a lot of applications in your list, you can use the filter box up here to quickly narrow in. You can see the running status, location, and then you can perform actions. You can edit the app, you can run it, you can stop it or delete it, you can move it on the file system, you can copy it, and you can export it. So that's the kind of basics of the applications panel. If I actually want to edit this app, I can click on edit, and I'm now brought into the file editor view, and this is kind of the main view you'll use while editing applications in the Project Zero application builder. Just to give you the layout here, here at the top we have basic navigation, So you can see there's three things. My Applications brings you back to the Applications page. My Repository gives you a view of your local repository of modules that you have installed in your machine. And then Hello World is the current application that I'm working on right now. Across the top here, we have a set of tabs that represent the major activities that you can perform within the application builder. We're in the File Editor tab right now. In a little bit, I'll show you the Dependencies Management activity, the Explore activity, and the Run activity. Over here in the corner, you can see the status of your application, whether it's running or not. You can start it or stop it, and you can also manually trigger a build for things like Java artifacts, although most of the time you won't have to do that. Builds all happen automatically for you in the background, so not something you normally have to worry about. Over here on the left, we have the main edit view for the application. Below you have a list of files within your project. We haven't really created much, so there's not much there. But you can see the list of applications that are available, or the list of files that are available in the application. You can filter that list. I'll show you that function in a bit. And then up top here will be a recent file list of files you've recently edited. So we'll look at a couple of these files. Zero config. If you click on that, it'll open in the editor view here. This is the main configuration. For this app, I have nothing interesting except the port. I have my IVXML file, which declares my dependencies. This application just has the basic core management and web tools dependencies. And then I have a PHP INI file in case I want to use PHP. This details button here, what this does is allow me to switch the view for the all files list. Right now I'm just seeing the raw list of files. If I want some hint about directory location, I can turn that on and you'll see it adds another line which gives me a hint about where the application is located. Here's my recent file list, so you see these are the two files I've edited. The main editor is set up so there's only one active editor that you switch back and forth. It's also all auto-save, so any changes I make are automatically saved for me. There's no save button, I don't have to worry about that. Everything is live edit and will be saved for me automatically. So let's create a simple file. So let's say I want to create a simple script. Let's say a Groovy script. I can say hello.groovy in the public folder. And that'll create the script for me. You see it showed up in my recent file list. It showed up within the list of files in my application. And I could go in here and I could start editing my script. All right. This is the kind of basic code editor view. There's a basic checkpointing function, so if you want to make a set of changes and you're not sure about them, you can checkpoint. You can then go make a bunch of changes, and if you later decide that you don't like the changes you make, you can do restore, and you can go back to the point where you checkpointed. There's basic undo redo capability and the ability to jump forward to different lines. There's a bunch of really interesting editors though. Let's say I wanted to create an HTML file. I can create, let's say, hello.html, and in that case I got brought into our graphical page editor, and this is a visual HTML page composition tool that's Dojo aware, so it has a palette here on the right that lists a bunch of widgets that you can kind of drag and drop onto your page. You can put buttons and forms and the like. You can put gauges, you can put iframes. There's all kinds of widgets here, and these things are all Dojo widgets and Dojo enabled. So this is a really cool piece of technology. It's a page editor that understands Dojo widgets and understands Ajax and lets you kind of graphically compose the page. You can also look at this in source